welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, here with your readings for January the 6th through January the 12th. And what a celestial sky we have this week. Wow, major. But I'll get into that in the astrology report. Right now, we're on the intro, and I want to thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys. And I hope that you enjoy these readings and that you will return. These are general readings and they're for the collective, so take what resonates, leave the rest. If you'd like a personal reading, click on this link, which will take you to my website, and you can see what readings I offer. I live to give readings, guys. Now, this is for your sun, moon, and rising. Don't forget that. There will be skip times for the intro, the astrology report, and the tarot card reading if you are checking out your sun, moon, and rising. All the other links and everything will be in the show more section below, so you can always check below in the description box and click on any of the links in there. You know, if you want to look at the other readings, or it takes me a minute sometimes to get the links up, you know, but once everything's up, then I put the links up. Please help me by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing if you haven't already. And now, without further ado, let's get to the astrology report, shall we? Hello and welcome to the astrology report section of your reading. And first, I just can't go without mentioning and putting my heart out there for Australia and all those fires. And, you know, I can't spend too much time on that because I get very emotional, but I'm praying for them. And I just, if anyone's watching from Australia, my God, my heart goes out to you. I'm so sorry. And maybe this is what I don't want to say this is what we need, to take this. Maybe governments around the world will hear this and take some action and towards climate control and perhaps people will stop denying that there's a climate crisis. Anyway, I have to move on from that. I get very emotional with that. It's very, very sad. All the animals and anyway. The year 2020 will not be easy. If you are one of my Patreons or one of my patrons, you can check out my Patreon page, guys. I am going to do a yearly forecast for those for those patrons by sign, and I'm working on that. And it is challenging. For most of us, will be affected, especially those in cardinal signs. Cancer. excuse me. Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, and Aries. We will be most affected by this huge astrological event coming up. But let me go on to Thursday, January the 10th, the full moon lunar eclipse in Cancer at 20 degrees. At 2:21 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Full moons, as most of you know, is when the moon is opposite the sun, and it's actually the sun is lighting up the moon. It's full on. It's exactly opposite, right? So their energies are melding, right? They're almost married, if you will, because it's kind of a seesaw effect. But not only is the moon opposite the sun at this time, it's also opposite Mercury, Pluto, and Saturn, and the South Node. So I can't help but mention in Capricorn, there's Jupiter, the Sun, Mercury, the South Node, Pluto, and Saturn. And 2 centaurs are also in there. And there's never been that many planets in Capricorn. I think it's been 735 years, according to Pam Gregory. It's 735 years. I haven't checked it in the ephemeris, but I believe her because she does a lot of research. And she does mundane, which is all about, government and the world. I do more personal, so I do appreciate her knowledge on that. Okay, so this is the okay, so the moon in Cancer is going to be all about kind of family, relationships, it's emotional, it's about home. And Capricorn, which is opposite, is all about the government and kind of authority and really about career and work and things like that. So it's about that balance. It's about those opposing energies. And this, look, full moons are about releasing, letting go, right? Ending, culminations. Um, and eclipses are even more about that. So eclipses can kind of bring something to the forefront that's like secrets are revealed, things, realizations are coming into play, and this is about clearing things out. It's about um, trimming the fat, streamlining. What do you need as opposed to what do you want? It's really about streamlining. It's about not having more than you need. That's what it's about. It's clearing things out. It is organizing. It is getting rid of sometimes people, places, things, whatever isn't serving you anymore or that, doesn't align with you anymore, because we outgrow friendships and relationships sometimes. Sometimes we stay in them well past their expiration date. And we need to kind of look at that. Things may come to a head where we'll see that and we'll see that we need to move on. It's those of us who are more self-aware and want to grow and move forward in this on this journey, we'll see what we need to let go of. So change is inevitable. This is about change. Neptune is it's in a trine to the eclipse. Our intuition and psychic abilities are heightened, and our sensitivity to other people's energies are also heightened. We can feel their moods, we can feel their energies. And, if you're surrounded by toxic people, that's toxic. It's going to affect you personally. So you want to, surround yourself or protect yourself and not get too tuned in. If you find yourself tuning into somebody who's like raging or depressed or, in a terrible mood, don't take it personally. Retreat from their energy. So, a lot of emotions can be brought up. It's a very emotional time. Well, some of us are feeling it now. Also, on Thursday, January the 10th, Uranus stations direct. Now, it has been retrograde since August the 12th, 2019. So that's 5 months. And it will station direct now. It's been slowing down. Now, this Uranus is the planet of electrifying sudden changes and happenings. Uranus rules electricity. It's like lightning and thunder. And it's the higher octave of Mercury. It's about fast thinking, sudden happenings. And as it slows down to go direct, its symbolism amplifies. So, electronics could go awry. I've been having that. I mean, I've had a lot of technical issues the last week or so. So I know that this has been happening to me. So that will bring an element of the unknown into the mix on Thursday as well, and actually before and after. They say eclipses last up until 6 months, but so look, this brings me to our huge astrological event that astrologers have been talking about for years. That is Saturn conjunct Pluto in Capricorn. Now, as I mentioned before, we have Jupiter, the Sun, the South Node, Mercury, Pluto, and Saturn all in Capricorn, plus two centaurs, Plutos and Chariklo. But I'm not going to get into them. That's a whole other video. But anyway, there's not been that many planets in Capricorn for 735 years. That's a long time. This is huge. It's massive. There's massive change. People who will be affected by this are those in cardinal signs particularly, and that is Aries, Cancer, Libra, and of course Capricorn, where it's all happening. So they are the ones who are most affected by this. But of course, depending on where your planets are, so many of us are. This is because it's all in Capricorn, it's global too. We're already seeing changes happening. We're already seeing politics and catastrophes happen around the world, because Saturn is about rules and regulations and the old order, right? He's like the father figure. And Pluto is about breaking the old systems down so that new systems can replace. So it's about destruction, it's death and rebirth, right? Well, the destruction part is kind of, it's stressful for us. And we're seeing that in Australia. We're seeing it, Iran, number 2 guy being taken out. I mean, and things are definitely going to progress exponentially. Look, I can't help it. It's kind of a pessimistic view, but when I look at the astrology, it is disturbing, to say the least. The good thing is, though, that yes, there's destruction, yes, but what will come out of this is a new world order. Things will change. I mean, irrevocably change. And I think after the beginning of 2021, it's kind of peaceful for a while. But I'm not going to go into that. This is a very deep and very intense time, and time will tell as to how this will play out. Many of you are already feeling this change and transformation, and things are coming up. Pluto brings stuff up from the dark, out of the darkness into the light to be addressed. Secrets come out. Governments, we've already been seeing that. You see, we feel this before, and we'll be feeling it for the whole of 2020, not to mention other things that are going on later in the year. So what I will say, yes, all these old structures and paradigms will be restructured. They'll be brought down. And, I mean, I'm going into this in a lot more depth on my Patreon page. I'm going to be creating videos for the year for the signs. So I am currently working on those and I've been studying this for a while, and I've been really looking at what's going on for each sign and how they are affected. But I will say this in general, this is all like outward energy, because in Capricorn it's all yang energy, it's male energy, it's going out, it's explosive. And that's the same with Uranus. It's been in retrograde, so it's kind of within and going, when a planet goes retrograde, it kind of goes in, right? So we need to bring the yin energy out, and the way to do the yin, the way to balance this with yin energy is to go within. Going within, we can quieten our mind. We don't have to be frightened. When we are at peace within, then we experience peace without, and we can hear ideas and solutions to what we think is our problems are. We need to be bigger than our problems, is what we need to be. And we can do that by going inside. So meditation is so important, and that'll bring us into the yin within, right? The yin within. We need to connect with a divine feminine. We need to be receptive and not pushing out, because this is all pushing out, right? This is all male yang energy. So we need to get in touch with the yin, and we need to be the calm within the storm. And we'll get through this, darling. We'll get through this together. Let's go to your tarot card reading, shall we? Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to the tarot card section of your reading for January the 6th through the 12th. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Sagittarius for this coming week of January the 6th through the 12th and through this Very challenging time. I've been like shuffling these cards for ages of life. I go into a trance. 3 cards for Sagittarius. What's that? 1. 2 more cards for Sagittarius, please. 1 more card. Oh, that's too many. Yeah, way too many. Okay. 1 more. There it is. Okay. Oh, that's it. Oh my goodness, you've got too many cards here, but I'm going to take them anyway. Sagittarius, what's going on with you? Expansion. Jupiter is coming to play here. You're getting way too many cards. Okay. These are clarifying cards for Sagittarius. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Sagittarius through these clarifying cards for January the 6th through the 12th? Please clarify the 6. There's 1. Please clarify the... Please clarify Knight of Cups. Okay, lovely. Very nice. And please clarify the shadow. There it is. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay, let's go to your cards, shall we? Take a look at your cards, Sagittarius. Okay. The first card out for you is the 7 of Swords. There's definitely crossover here, guys, so you might want to check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising if you know it. This is the Lover's card, clarifying the 7 of Swords. And then you have the Knight of Cups right next to the 9 of Pentacles, clarified by the 10 of Cups. So then you have, look, you've got the shadow side, which is known as the devil, and then you've got the 3 of Wands clarified by the 3 of Wands. 3 being Jupiter, darling. Okay, so the first card out is the 7 of Swords, and the 7 of Swords indicates that somebody's not being very honest. Somebody's being nefarious. It's like stealing or cheating or something like that. He's stealing away, but he kind of gets caught, right? The guys are seeing him in the background and they're coming to, you know, sort him out. So, you know, this is somebody that you know is cheating on you. I'm getting that it's a lover. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean this person, your lover, is cheating with a third person, or perhaps your lover is just not being honest and truthful about something. But whatever it is, they get caught out there. And, you know, they don't get away with it. How you handle this is the question. Now, if this has been a long-term, you know, lover that you've not had a problem with in the past, or you're finding out that perhaps they've done something in the past, whatever this is for you, you have to decide how you're going to handle it. I am getting the feeling that this is worth working on. That's what I'm getting for some of you. So, yeah, look, nobody's completely honest. You know, we all lie at some point, but, you know, somebody's done something significant, you will find out. And that's very what's going on with Pluto, right? Pluto is going to come up. We're going to find out things. We're going to see things that we didn't see before. And this is a power dynamic as well. So how do you want to handle it? You know, it hurts when somebody has betrayed you, or, you know, not been completely honest, or even when they tell you something from the past that you didn't know. Sometimes it's like, you know, it's angst, gives you angst at the very least, even if it's way, way in the past. Perhaps something has come up. Your lover is coming clean about something that they did a long time ago, when they did something, they could even confess that they stole something years ago or something like that, which, wouldn't bother me, but it might bother somebody else. Do you know what I mean? But it depends, right? It depends on their crime. I could tell you stories, darling, but I won't. So the next card out is the Knight of Cups, and this is love. It's also intuition, psychic ability, and right next to it is the Nine of Pentacles, which is opulence. It's like getting there. You've got what you want. What I'm getting really for this is you've got to really balance work and home, right? And that's what this whole it's the eclipse, and also what's going on, with this astrological event. It's the energies, the home life as opposed to work life, because this card, when she's got everything, she's luxurious, she's got everything she needs, she's very happy with all the stuff that she's got, but look, she's alone, right? So you need to balance that. You can't be all work and no play. You have to give some energy to those at home, Sagittarius. You've got to really blend it. You've got to balance this. This is a balancing act, because you want a happy family, right? Because that's ultimately what we want. We want that connection. We want to feel happy with our loved ones. We don't want worry. We don't want stress, right? So in order to get this lovely 10 of Cups, that all your needs and emotions are being met, you really need to balance. And maybe this is what has happened here. Maybe you'll be able to take some kind of responsibility and understand what went on here, because you haven't given the time and the effort that's needed, perhaps, right? And so we move on to the next card, and the next card is the shadow side. And this is like, worry and stress about, materialistic things. This is too much emphasis on materialism. It's like overindulging. It's, and then it's like, it's very dark. It becomes very dark because all of your attention is on material wealth and gaining it, and and all the stress and the pain that brings in, and that's been your focus. And so this is really about putting too much emphasis, and then because of that, all the stress that comes with that. Then right next to it is the Three of Wands. And I love this card in this. Look, it's beautiful. And the Three of Wands is it's really Jupiter looking at things in an optimistic way. So you have to, it's like knowing your ship's coming in. Stop worrying about it. Stop worrying if you're not going to have enough, and you want this and you want that, and I've got to have that. And it's overconsumption, right? And what's really interesting is, Capricorn, we've got all these planets in Capricorn, and it's all about restricting and streamlining, and not, what do I need as opposed to what do I want? Letting go of things, that luxury items that you don't really need, letting go of that expense, focus on quality as opposed to quantity. What makes you happy? Sharing things with others make you happy. It's that connection with it's that wonderful emotional connection. So this is about seeing your future as optimistic and making long-term optimistic plans. Don't be in this stress and, worst case scenario and, longing for things, which is what the world has been doing. All the advertising, it's like, oh, I want that. Why can't I have that? They've got that. Why can't I? I want what they have. You don't need it. What do you need? Ask yourself what you need. and be realistic. So clarifying those two cards is the Three of Wands again. It really is about seeing your life optimistically. Make those plans. Make long-term optimistic plans, like long-term plans, not in the moment instant gratification plans. This is instant gratification. This is long-term, right? This is the long game. Play the long game. What do you need to succeed in the long run, right? What do you need to put in place? You've got to see the future and you've got to make those plans. It's all about planning so that you can be here, this happy, wonderful family. Sagittarius, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week. Thank you for staying all the way to the end. I really appreciate that. And I just wanted to let you know that this is a viewer-supported channel. So if you could check out my Patreon page and perhaps, donate a one-time donation or, $1 a month, as little as $1 a month. It's $12 a year. It's not a lot, but I can do a lot with that. And of course, no pressure, just like, share, comment, and subscribe if that's what you can do. I really appreciate that too. And also my videos have advertising on it. And, if you could watch the advertisement all the way through, that would be a big help. I get paid for that too. I mean, every little helps. And of course, more than anything, if you can, purchase a reading from me, because that's what I love to do. But anyway, guys, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here all the way to the end. And don't forget to join my Facebook group so we can hang out there. I love you all. Thank you. Mwah. I'll see you next week.